The trials did not begin in a courtroom. They began in the headlines. Long before a judge spoke, the world had already decided. Accusations surfaced, and suddenly Michael Jackson was no longer just an artist. He was a spectacle. News channels circled endlessly. Newspapers competed for shock. The story moved faster than facts ever could. From the moment the allegations became public, life changed completely. Cameras no longer followed success, they hunted reaction. Every entrance, every exit, every expression became evidence in the court of public opinion. Michael's face was analyzed frame by frame. Silence was treated as guilt. Emotion was treated as performance. The legal process was slow. The media was not. Day after day, speculation filled the gaps where truth had not yet arrived. Commentators debated, strangers judged, jokes were made, opinions hardened. For many, the trial was entertainment. For Michael, it was survival. Inside the courtroom, time moved differently. Procedures, testimonies, objections, waiting. The atmosphere was heavy and relentless. Michael appeared fragile, thinner, quieter. The confident performer was replaced by a man under pressure, standing still while the world pulled him apart. Outside, the noise never stopped. Protesters gathered, supporters shouted, reporters pushed forward. Every step from the car to the courthouse felt exposed. There was no neutral ground. You were either defending him or condemning him. Complexity had no place in headlines. The trial stripped Michael of control. His life was now guided by lawyers, schedules, and legal strategies. Creativity paused. Music faded into the background. The stage was replaced by a witness stand. Applause was replaced by scrutiny. Trust reached its breaking point. People he had known disappeared. Some spoke publicly, some sold stories. Loyalty became rare. Privacy vanished completely. Even pain became public. Every physical movement was analyzed, every pause interpreted. Emotionally, the weight was enormous. Fear lived beside exhaustion. Anxiety followed every night. Sleep was uncertain. The pressure was not just about the outcome, it was about identity. Michael was fighting not only charges, but the erasure of who he believed himself to be. The media framed the trial as a fall of grace, a cautionary tale, a transformation from icon to suspect. But inside the courtroom, the process was far less dramatic and far more human. Long days, repetition, uncertainty, waiting for words that would define the rest of his life. When the verdict finally arrived, it was clear: not guilty, on all counts. Legally, Michael Jackson was cleared. The courtroom reacted. Relief, tears, applause, a moment that should have closed the chapter. But outside, the story did not end. For the media, the verdict was not as powerful as the accusation. Doubt lingered, suspicion survived, damage remained. The trial may have ended legally, but its impact continued emotionally, socially, psychologically. Michael walked free, but changed. The experience left scars that were not visible. Trust was thinner, isolation deeper. The world no longer felt safe. Even victory felt heavy. Being cleared did not restore what had been taken. The trials reshaped his relationship with fame forever. Attention no longer felt exciting or even dangerous. It felt hostile. Fame had once given him a voice. Now it threatened to silence him. The world he had entertained since childhood had turned unpredictable. Creatively, something shifted. The joy was harder to access. The innocence was gone.
Music still mattered, but the pressure surrounding it had changed. Every return to the spotlight carried risk. Every appearance invited renewed judgment. The trials revealed a harsh truth. In the modern world, accusation travels faster than justice. Image collapses quicker than facts can rebuild it. And once doubt enters the public mind, it rarely leaves. Micheal survived the courtroom, but survival came at a cost. The trials drained him physically and emotionally. They altered how he moved through the world, how he trusted, how he protected himself. The story was no longer about guilt or innocence. It was about aftermath. What happens after the verdict? What remains after the noise fades? How does a person rebuild when their name has been publicly dismantled? For Micheal Jackson, the trials were not the end, but they were a turning point. The pressure was far from over, the weight was still there, and the next chapter would ask a different question entirely. Not what did he do, but how much more could he carry?